Okay, so 2018 section A, higher level tech graphics. Okay, so short questions. Short questions, answer any 10, or answer any 10. There's 15 questions in the paper. Right, so let's have a look. Question 1. Okay, so question 1 this year again was your shapes. Generally it's always shapes, properties of circles, stuff like that. Okay, so first one, I'll fill in the label for each diagram by selecting from the given list. Okay, so we have trapezoid, an octagon, a hexagon, a parallelogram. Okay, so number 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-sided shape. Okay, so we have a hexagon. We have the next one is going to be a 4-sided shape, and it's a parallelogram. Okay. Next one we have an octagon. And finally a trapezoid. Okay, so just make sure you know your different shapes, and that's almost that comes up a good bit as well and stuff like that. Now, next one comes up a lot comes up every year. Question 2, perspective questions. Okay, so joining points back to VP1, VP2. VP is our vanishing points, and deciding which ones it is. Okay, so here's a 3D graphic of it here to let us know what it's going to look like in the end. Okay, so basically the way we do it is if a line is going to the right hand side, it goes to this vanishing point. If it's pointing to the left hand side like this one, it's going to the left vanishing point. Okay, so let's have a go at this now and see how big we go. Okay, again, everything is in like lines. Okay, like this. Okay, I'm just going to draw it in a pen just to show you. Okay, so like that. Okay, so we need to get this bottom section now. Okay, so now look, in this, they're always going to show you, just zoom in. We can see the outline of a kind of the full box there. Okay, they're giving us a reason for that. The reason they want us that's in is so we can draw in this slanted side here. Okay, it is not, this side in perspective is not parallel to this. Okay, so don't assume that. We have to join the bottom corner up to that point. Okay, so I need to find the bottom of this shape. All right, so to get that, or the corner of this, that's coming out like this, it's meeting this line, and then it's a straight line coming down. Okay, so that point there is now that point. Okay, I can join this back to here. Okay, and that is our shape. No, sorry, I need to draw in the rest of these then as well. Okay, so and just make sure to show all your lines going fully to the point. Okay, and then just maybe shade it. Okay, that's the perspective question finished for that year. Okay, now the next one then is figure 3 or question 3, and this one is angles. Okay, a lot of times this is angles. Okay, so first one, A. So find the angle of A. Okay, we know all the angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. If this is 80 and this is 50, that's 130. Okay, take away 180, the angle is going to be 50 degrees. Angle B, okay, if A is 50 degrees, we know this is a straight line, so 50 and 60 is 110, so B has to be 70 degrees. Okay, angle C and angle of A and 60, okay, they are both alternating angles, so they're going to be this angle here, C, is going to be the same as this one here. Okay, so C is going to be 110 degrees. Okay. Okay, so question 4 is the elevation end view of barbecue shown, and make freehand pictorial sketch of the barbecue, colour or shade the sketch. Okay, so these questions come up every year. Now they do take time to do. Okay, so they are kind of they do take a little bit of time, and it's basically just matching up the grid paper here with your view here. Okay, so drawing the same thing as here. Okay, so I just skipped on just to draw it because it takes a little bit of time rather than you looking at me. Okay, so this is what the end image should look like, and just throw a little bit of shading in as well. Okay, please don't spend overly long on the shading, because you can get carried away on it. Okay, as I said, these questions that do take time, they can be a little bit confusing, but if you practice them, they do get easier, and they are guaranteed every year. Okay, now, so looking at this question, okay, so this comes up a bit sometimes as well, alright, so the surface area of road marking similar to that shown in 3D graphic is specified by law. The figure shows the triangle outline ABC, okay, so ABC, direction of a road marking, okay, so this road in the center. Convert the triangle ABC to a rectangle of equal area. Okay, so how we do this? Okay, the same principle with every one of them. Okay, we're going to take the horizontal height now, yeah, so we're going to get the horizontal height or the perpendicular height of the triangle. Okay, so I'm going to draw a line perpendicular to the base, going through the apex, which is B. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to bisect that line. So I'm going to bisect the line. I'm going to call this AB. I'll call this point D. Okay, so I want to bisect the line BD. I want to get your compass, swing an arc top and bottom. Okay. Now, like this. Okay, when we do that, I'm drawing from point A. I'm going to bring a line up. On point C, I'm going to bring a line up. Okay, now this triangle, I'm going to call this point ABC. I'm going to call this E. I'm going to call this F. Okay, so the triangle AEFC is equal in area to the triangle ABC. How does this work, and what do they do? Okay, well, just essentially all I did, okay, all I did was this triangle up here, so say ABC, or this kind of top center here. I literally just took that triangle and mirrored it over, okay, almost through central symmetry, through this point here, okay, to create this triangle here of equal size. Okay, so that triangle there and that triangle there are equal. And the same principle here. Okay. This triangle here is the same as this triangle here. Okay, it's just, we'll just flip this over. So that means that this the area of this rectangle here is the same as the given triangle. Okay, so what did I do again? Just to recap, got the perpendicular height, bisected the perpendicular height, the bisector line. I drew up two horizontal lines or two vertical lines from there. Okay, and where to intersect that bisector, and that got me that triangle or rectangle. Okay. Question 6. The figure shows an elevation of a gavel and block as used by a judge in court, also shown as a 3D graphic. Okay, here. Rotate the gavel ABCD about point O until it reaches the top surface LL1 of the block. Okay, so I want to rotate this until one of these points touch the top surface. Okay, so D is going to be the closest point, so D is going to touch it first. Okay, see, O is my point of rotation. So basically I'm rotating all these points. Okay, so we actually see that they're lined up at the meet. Like this. Okay, I want to rotate as far until it reaches the top of the block. Okay, so D, if I was to take this and fold it down, point D is going to be the first point that hits it. So that means this point here is point D. Now to get point A, I'm going to measure the distance from A and D in this view and get here and mark it off. Okay, so that'll give me A here. Okay, I'll do the same so to get to C. And to get D, I'll mark it from A. Okay, so that gets me B and C. Alright, and then I'll just join them in. Something like that there. Okay, and then the center point is going to be like that. Okay. Okay, so question 7 is an auxiliary elevation question. Okay, so the figure shows the elevation and plan of electron. 3D graphic is also shown. To the left, project an auxiliary view of it to show the true shape of surface S. Okay, so the true shape of here. Okay, so I want to get the true shape of surface S. Surface S in elevation, okay, is this view here, and in plan view it's represented by this line here. So I need to get an auxiliary view of this. So I need to project lines perpendicular to that line there, and my auxiliary line is going to be parallel to that surface. Okay, so you see that they've already drawn this in for us. It's at a 30-degree angle. Generally they're always at 30 degrees, especially in short questions, to make it easier quicker to answer. Okay, so if I use a 60-degree set square, I can draw in them lines. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to worry about is drawing in the true surface. Okay, I'm going to pull lines perpendicular to them. I'm going to take the heights in elevation view, okay, because the auxiliary elevation. I'm going to take the heights from my XY line and project them onto my XY, X1, Y1 line. Okay, so the height of this point here in elevation view is this line here. So I'm taking that height. Okay, down, up. And that's going to give me that height. Similar to this one. I'm taking this height in elevation. Down, up. That's getting me this view. Okay, so just draw that in. And now that is the true shape of surface S. Okay. Now they want me to have a full. They want me to project a full auxiliary elevation of the lantern. Okay, so I just want to go with the rest of the project the rest of the points here now as well. Okay, so what are we going to see? I'm going to see these 2 points here also. Looking in, this height here. This height here is represented in elevation, okay, by this height, so down, up, mark that off, and that's the same height here, so I'm marking that off. Okay, and then I'm going to see this front section here as well. Okay, so that's going to look like that. Okay, and this surface here is going to be the true shape of surface S. Okay, you can go ahead and draw your hidden detail then into that as well if you like. Okay. Now the next one, the elevation and plan of a date stamp are shown in the space provided. Draw a freehand pictorial sketch of the stamp. Again, these freehand pictorial sketches come up every single year. Okay, so again, they take a little bit of time to get right. They take a little bit of time to do, but they're guaranteed question. Okay, so I'm just going to fly through this here. Okay, so then just quick sketch, something like this here. Again, it's an exam situation, so you're not going to get it perfect, so don't be trying to absolutely perfect it. Have it as good as you can, okay, in the time provided. Now, next one, CAD commands. Okay, so outline there's 4 different CAD commands here, so I want to outline any 3 of them. Okay, so the first one is, we have it here, so we're drawing in a shape. Okay, the shape is an ellipse, so the first one is ellipse. Next one, we're adding size to it. Okay, so D stands for dimension. Okay, the next one, we basically have an ellipse, and we've an offset ellipse in the center as well, in between it. Okay, so we're after creating another ellipse, the exact same bit in a distance. Okay, so an offset distance. This is offset. And finally, the last one. Okay, when you create something from a 2D to a 3D feature, it's going to be an extrude. Okay. Okay, question 10 is solids and contact question. Okay, so the outline of an Angry Bird character is shown. 3D graphic also. Draw the plan and elevation of the sphere and locate the point of contact between the sphere and the block. Okay, first thing, a sphere, no matter in elevation or plan view, it doesn't change its shape. Okay, so to draw the sphere, I'm just going to bring the center point. I'll bring this down. Okay, until it intersects this center point. I know that the dimension of it doesn't change. Okay. So that's going to be my plan view of my sphere. Okay, now we have to show the point of contact. Okay, so the point of contact is basically the point where that one point where the sphere is touching the sloped surface. To find the point of contact for a circular and sloped surface is always perpendicular to the sloped surface, a perpendicular line to the sloped surface, passing through the center point of the sphere. Okay. Now, so what I need to do, I need to get this line here. I need to draw a line perpendicular to that. Okay, line perpendicular to the slope surface going through the center point. So I'm going to bring it along like this. Now that point where that line intersects both the edge of the sphere and the slope surface is going to give me my point of contact. Okay, and I'm going to project that down to plan view to find it here. Okay, and just label them as well. Okay, so POC. Okay, this is going to be your POC here. Okay, so the point of contact in both the plan view and the elevation view. Question 11 is an ellipse question. Okay, so the curve ABC is based on the ellipse. Figure 2, location of the axis and the focal points of the semi-ellipse. Determine the length of the major axis and minor axis and complete the drawing of the logo. Okay, so you need to know your principles for ellipses here. Now, so we need to find both the length of the major and the minor axis here and complete the drawing. Okay, so what do we have? Well, we have 2 focal points and a point on the curve. Well, we know that if I join one focal point to a point in the curve and back to another focal point, okay, the distance of them 2 lines added together is going to give me the length of my major axis. So I'm going to rotate that around like this now. Okay, so that line now. So basically I'm bringing F1 up here. So the line F1P F2 is equal to the major axis. So I need to bisect that line now to find the center of it. Okay, get the center of that line. That's the center. That's half my major axis. So now we can draw in my major circle. Okay, so see it's intersecting the right in a small bit here now. Okay, I'll extend that out. Now, so this line here is my major axis. Okay, so how do I find my minor axis now? Well, I know that the distance, half of the major axis, swung from both focal points, okay, gives me the minor axis. So let's intersect the two of them. That length there now is going to be my minor axis, okay, because the distance from the focal point to the top of the minor axis is equal to half of the major axis. So this time I had half the major axis, I swung from the focal points, and that gave me the minor axis. Okay, so I'll go ahead and draw in the semicircle then. Okay, like that. Now, so the rest of it then is drawn. The rest of it then I have to draw in the rest of the ellipse. Okay, so I'm going to break it up using 30-60 set squares. Okay. Okay, so I just skipped on there, drawn the ellipse. Everyone should know how to draw an ellipse, and this is the result image of what we get here. Okay, so question 12 then was just matching the puzzles. Okay, so the graphic shows 3 stacking puzzles. The plan of each one is shown on the right. Okay, outline which ones fit in where. Okay, so question 1. If I'm looking down on question 1, can it be A? Okay, because no, because this here isn't going to be a hidden detail line. Can it be B? It can be B, okay, because this here is going to be this surface, and this dashed line is going to represent this surface in here. Okay, so that's B. We can mark that off. The next one then, C, question 2. Okay, if I'm looking down on plan view, I'm going to see every line here, so I'm going to have no hidden details. So that has to be C. That means this one here has to be A. Okay, question 13. Circles question, looking for the points of contact between two circles. Okay. The point of contact between two circles always lies on the line that joins the two centers of the circle together. Okay, so see this here? This is just... So... You don't have to draw this in, I'm just drawing it to show you. Okay. Basically what I have there is this circle here. Okay. Again, you don't have to draw this. This center point here is for this top circle up here. So we see that's just that arc there. Okay. Now, so if I want to find the point of contact between this circle and this circle, I'm just simply going to join the two centers. Okay, once I do that, that gives me that point of contact there. Okay, to find a point of contact between these two, again you join the two centers. So that gives me the point of contact between this. The point of contact between this horizontal line coming across here and this circle is just going to be a straight line down. Okay, so that's another point of contact here. Similar with this one. Okay, and then finally this is an arc here and this is another circle, so the point of contact is on the line joining the two centers. Okay, so that's also a point of contact here. should we have an, oh yeah, and there's a point of contact between this circle, okay, and the top one, so we'll join them through, and that's another point there. Okay, so basically what it is, there's all these circles here. Okay. Okay. So basically that's just made up of all them different circles here, and I see that by joining the center points of all the circles, that gives me the point of contact between each one of them. Okay, so 14 then is again another freehand drawn sketch, or freehand drawn sketching, or freehand sketch if you like, and basically want to draw an elevation of the camera looking in the direction of arrow A. Okay, so it's just going to be a freehand sketch of that elevation view. Okay, I'm going to just skip on through this as well. Okay, just a very quick sketch of the elevation. We should be getting something like this. Okay, maybe a bit better even quality than that. I'm just playing through it here today. Okay, so finally then, last question, constructing a pie chart. Okay, so divide it up into different, so what have we got? We've 12, 6, 3 and 3. Okay, so the first one we want to do is add them all together. So 12 and 6 is 18, and 3 is 21, and 3 is 24. Okay, so the total we have is 24. Okay, so the first one is going to be, it's 12 out of 24. Okay, the next one is 6 out of 24. We have 3 out of 24. Okay, and we have 3 out of 24. Okay, so 12 out of 24 is the same as half. Okay, so half of this is going to be made up for United Kingdom. Okay, 6 out of 24, okay, is the same as a quarter. Okay, so a quarter of this is going to be the United Kingdom, or sorry, it's going to be United States. Okay. And finally then, the next one is a quarter. So we have 3/24 is an 8. Okay, so that's going to be, and you're going to just use your 45-degree set square there. You can divide that up. That's going to get you Germany and France. Okay, and that's just basically that question completed. And colour or shade the pie chart then as well if you like. Okay, just colour it in at the end. Yeah, and that's basically the 2018 short level questions.